pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you, everybody. Roll call.
Mayor Morris,
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Robertus,
Here.
Alderman Green will be absent tonight. Alderman Gildred,
Here.
Alderwoman Jones,
Here.
Alderwoman Hoffman.
Here.
Okay. We have a quorum.
Okay, any public comments? Are you sure?
I'm cameraman tonight.
Items for discussion, discuss and approve the following minutes. Regular meeting, October 18th, 2021, and the town hall meeting, November 1st, 2021. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor? All for? Next item is discussion. Consider an possible action to approve resolution 2021-09, authorizing the Director of Operations to approve a bid proposal and contract with Matula and Matula Construction in the amount of $116,592 for the rehabilitation of the Blackbeard Lift Station. Do I have a motion to discuss?
I'll make that motion to
Second.
discuss.
I second
Okay. We wanna get some background? Let's go ahead.
Just, this is to revitalize our lift station right here on Blackbeard. The scope of work was out for bid, for the second time later on this year. And we are going with the only and lowest bidder that presented to the job site. They are following all of the engineering specs. I do wanna make council aware that, 2 days ago, a representative from UCW called me, letting me know that the pumps were on their last leg, and the scope of work did not include replacing the pumps. But however, at this time, when they're gonna be pulling out the pumps to do all the work on the PVC piping and all the internal mechanisms of the lift station, it's probably gonna be the most advantageous time in which we can get those pumps replaced, which is something that we will need to do. So there will probably be an additional vendor that'll come in, work on the pump, and then, get it replaced. So I wanna make council aware that there's gonna be that extra cost. It's gonna be one cost to revitalize the lift station, and then there's gonna be a cost on the pump.
And so, yeah, we're gonna have $116,592, and then there's gonna be some additional work.
And there's an additional cost. I just received, Mr. Hyman sent me the bid today. I guess you got it earlier today on those pumps. The high price pump comes at 8,900, so almost 9,000. And then the lower pump comes at 4,700, so almost 5,000. And then the installation is 375.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else to discuss anything? motion to vote, or?
Is this budgeted funds? Is this some of the funds that we had allocated to do this repair? Or is this an additional something?
I believe it was allocated.
It's under
Yeah.
budget too, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
So the bid from Atula is under budget, not much. So I don't know if we may have to find $5,000 or so. If I recall correctly, I'd have to look at the numbers exactly.
I wanna say there was 125,000 budgeted for this,
Okay.
This
just
sounds,
if memory serves.
sounds right, it's right around there.
And then we'll have, by the time we've added the new pump, we're gonna be right there.
Right then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Have a motion to vote?
I'll make a motion to approve as stated.
I'll second that.
Second. Everyone in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
I guess everyone said aye? Or,
Yes,
okay,
sorry.
okay. Next, discussion, consider possible action to approve resolution 2021-10, authorizing the Director of Operations to approve a bid proposal and contract with the RNA Road Boring LLC in the amount of $281,634 for the water line replacement project. Ms. Annie,
Yes, so this is a little bit over 4,000 linear feet.
I'm sorry,
I'll make a motion that we discussed.
thank you,
Second?
go ahead.
It's a little bit over 4,000 feet, for that 4,100 feet of, water. So, at this time, we're feeding our residences with a 2-inch water line, which baffles me because I require a 1-inch water line to service one residence. So I don't know how we're servicing so many residents with a 2-inch water line. But the expansion, the enlargement of the pipes will not only provide more water, but it'll increase the pressure and if we have any water leakage or water breakage on those 4,000 feet that we're replacing, it will also eliminate any water losses that we have at this time throughout that area. We did have a lot of bidders coming in for this bid, and we are going with the lowest bidder as recommended by the engineering, John B. Mercer and Associates. This company came significantly lower, and myself as well as Councilman Reportos has had a chance to visit with the company, and I'm satisfied with the results that they have shown us in the projects that they've done in other cities.
And this is for the 4-inch, correct?
Yes, we're going with 4-inch, and you know, I've always been, I asked the engineer, you know, since I did adopt this project kinda halfway through, I asked the engineer, how come we're not going with a 6-inch line, which is typically what's done in most cities, and he explained to me that because of the way that the line runs through the back of the properties, that and the fact that we're pretty much developed out, that the 4-inch was the most advantageous for our purposes.
Awesome. Anyone else? Anything? Ready to vote?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we vote on this issue to approve it.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
All 4? Discussion and take action to appoint a director to the Galveston Central Appraisal District Board for the year 2022-2023 and approve resolution 2021-11. Let me get to it. Go ahead.
I've actually attached.
Oh, I'm sorry. May I have a motion to discuss?
Make a motion that we discuss.
I'll second that.
Thank you, go ahead.
I've actually attached everything that was received from, the Austin Central Appraisal District along with one of the ballot entries, letter. I'm not familiar with any one of them, I believe you know Ms. Johnson if she walked in. I know I've dealt with her on our taxes out here, and I know she's always taking care of our business, and she actually helped me with figuring out the tax rate and doing all the calculation, so. But she's, looks like she's running for a board to have a vote on the district, so.
She's also our
She's our tax
tax
solicitor.
assessor. Ready to vote? Make a motion to vote? As stated? All in favor?
Who's your nominee?
I'm sorry? I thought we were talking about,
We have to pick one, I just said, attached what she.
We're allowed
here it
five
is,
votes.
here it is, here it is,
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
there's
I didn't go
five,
far enough. Yes. We have,
there's actually seven,
yeah. Should I go ahead and read the candidates?
you can.
Candidates, Scott Brast, Bruce Clausen, Matt Doyle, Thomas E. Farmer, Donald Gartman, John Harris, Cheryl E. Johnson, and Chad Tressler. Is who we're voting on.
One has dropped out for medical issues,
Oh, yes,
yeah,
that's what the big bright red is for.
yeah, so
So are we,
whoever we elect, I'll fill it out and send it back to them.
do we,
Mayor,
yes, ma'am?
I guess I'm confused. We are supposed to choose 5 of these 7 or 1 out of the 7?
Oh, okay.
Five votes, I'm gonna
Okay.
assume,
You could
So-
do either one singular, or you could spread them out,
yes.
yes.
So maybe that's what we do, is we start with Marcy, and who do you vote for? Yeah.
I
Do we
would,
know, does anyone have any recommendations here in council? Anyone familiar with these people, or?
The only one I'm familiar with is Cheryl Johnson.
Yes.
Same as me, and I haven't, I'm sorry, I dropped the ball, I haven't done any investigation or homework on the others.
I do not know.
I mean,
I think she's done a good job with the other stuff.
And she's the only one that sent in a letter for
Yeah.
voting
I'm the one that
I don't
said
think
that.
there's been
with her
any kind of-
background and requesting our vote, so she went above and beyond already in my book.
Right.
Would you like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we, do we do
No.
individual votes?
Yeah, we'll do
Okay.
individual votes.
I'll make a motion that I individually vote for, Cheryl Johnson.
Cheryl Johnson.
Yeah, Cheryl Johnson, she's done pretty good. I think she's reasonable, and I guess everybody's concerned about their tax rate.
I'll call suit, Cheryl Johnson.
Okay.
That's 4.
One more.
At least she gets them.
Can I start this again? I'd like to make a motion to cast our 5 ballots towards Cheryl E. Johnson. Does that work better?
Okay. Second.
I'll second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Just make sure we're legal. Okay, next item, number 5. Discussion and consider a possible action to approve the city's contribution by the employee retirement plan, funding from the budget retirement accounts. Like a motion to discuss?
I'll make that motion. To
I'll
discuss.
second that.
Debbie, you want to start?
It's the annual, if y'all want to contribute to the employees' retirement. I think in the past, it's been 10% of what their salary is from fiscal year 10/1/20 to 9/30/21, which I've actually run the report. I have their salaries times the 10%, so it's approximately, it's a little over 44,000 this year. In the past, last year, I think it was like 66,000, so we've got less employees.
this is something we do every year, and this is.
And I'm not sure how long the principle has been in effect. Do you know how long?
As long as I've been here.
Okay, so this is what the city has set up for the employees for their retirement.
And the money is allocated.
Yes. But y'all have to decide if you want to fund that or not. I'm not just gonna fund it.
We fund that need.
Okay.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Yes. Discussion and consider and possible action on approving the employee incentive checks funding from the budgeted salary accounts.
We just did that.
No, this is two separate.
Yeah.
One's retirement, I'm sorry.
You know,
Yeah.
one's retirement. I say, I just sounded similar.
I know, I might have skipped it, but two separate things.
Do we have a motion to discuss?
I make the motion to discuss it.
Second.
I'll say.
Which one seconded? I'm sorry, I had two.
Okay, I'll take it.
Okay, thank you. Okay. I think this is something y'all started several years ago. Kind of an incentive, thank you, Christmas, all kind of rolled in one. I'm not gonna do that unless I'm told to cut those checks, and I think you give those out and the Christmas party, is my understanding.
So these last two items, we started years ago, but we have to go through and approve them every year, kind of call it homework. This last one is, for years now, we've been, at the end of the year, an incentive, a bonus, call it, but we give all the employees 2 weeks' pay at the end, and we present it at our annual Christmas dinner. I believe that's correct.
Which is gonna be
November
17th.
17th, which is a Friday.
We're trying to secure a location, but we're working on it, and I'll get back to y'all with further instructions on where we've done that.
With that being said, I would like to make that motion as stated.
I second
All in favor? Discussion, consider and possible action to approve the City of Jamaica Beach personnel policy. There a motion to discuss?
I'll make a motion that we discuss this.
I'll second it.
Mayor and council, the latest revision, basically all I did is I took the last official personnel policy of the city, and we changed the verbiage when we changed from city administrator to directors. So every place that there was mentioned city administrator was doing it, now it's director. There were a couple places where it calls for council, but didn't specify mayor and council, and so we changed those to mayor and council. And the only other revision that we made in it, was the fact that the police schedule is not the same as the normal city employee schedule, and we made that adjustment. And that's really the only 3 uniform, changes that we made in the last approved policy.
Basically, just dealing with hours versus days.
Yes, sir. The standard police, workday consists of 12-hour day. The standard employee workday consists of an 8-hour day.
I know we've had a lot of discussion about this. It's up to y'all if we vote on it, table it, and look to keep improving and working out some of the details. I noticed that, we use the latest revised unapproved copy of the personnel policies, but it's just a place, we're just trying to keep the ball rolling. Cause this is, we got the SOPs, SOGs that we're trying to get, but we don't wanna wait till we get it all done. I was talking this afternoon, we don't wanna wait till we're all done to present it all at one time. I think once we get each section done, we should approve that section so we can at least check that off. And, but go ahead.
I did have one question. You said you worked off of the latest revised? Which
That's
one
what it
is
said.
that?
Okay, the
It's not
2019.
the 2019.
But that's not
When?
official.
But that one was never approved.
That was not approved. It was the one that was revised by Sean and Lupe before she left.
Okay.
So the official would be the 2017.
17.
17, yeah.
This is what we're operating on now, right?
No, not this one.
2017.
17, yes, sir.
We're operating on 2017, yes, sir. That's correct. And, basically, there's a lot of terminology that no longer applies with the new organizational chart in there. The work schedule never applied. Mayor and council, this is every personnel policy should have common revisions and updates every year in them, based on laws, based on different adjustments with organizational structure, based on city need, that kind of thing. So whatever you approve and whenever you approve it will be always something that would probably be, should be changed a little bit annually.
Thank you.
This is one of the prime critical SOPs, right? This is one of the particular ones.
Well, it's part of our complete personnel and duties of the city.
Mhm.
And this is just one of the sections.
Just one out.
Yes, sir.
But this is one that we really need to get in place,
Well,
right?
we have one in place.
I mean, but this new one,
We're
It's
looking to
revised.
update it, yes. we're
as
looking-
he's pointing out.
Yes, yes, we're looking to revise that.
I am, not comfortable passing this at the moment because, I went through and looked at the 2017, I looked at the 2019, and looking for where we would be making those changes isn't clear to me. And except by going page by page by page. And there's several things that I emailed you and Mr. Hyman and made suggestions this time. Forgive me for the terminology, but just on sloppy things where page numbers were missing, items were misnumbered. I think it's not ready to be voted on.
And then that's what we've been discussing, yes, we've taken all that, what you said in consideration. Sorry for not getting back with you, but I am reading it and making it happen.
Yeah, but there, when it was sent to us, those corrections weren't made. And, and I wonder how our director of operations feels about this policy or the handbook, because I don't see that it's complete enough.
I've worked on, there were several different personnel policies. This is by far the least detailed that I've ever worked under. I would have to really sit back and revise and compare to all the applicable laws and see how they match up and how they fall into place. Human resources is not my forte. I'd have to kind of dip my toe in it and see how they compare.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying, I'm trying to get this to be a unified, everyone, Brad took the lead on it for a while. And now we're looking to start interjecting other things that we need to put in there and correct and make sure the formality is correct. And then my suggestion is, even after once we come to a consensus, is we have a legal department look over it just one last time, just review it and see if they have any suggestions.
Well, the other cities have got the same kind of policies in place. Have we taken the time to go look at what other cities?
Have done. I've reached out to other cities to see what they have, but I haven't gotten any feedback. Like I've shared with several of y'all, there are companies out there that present software that we wouldn't have to reinvent the wheel ourselves. But I'm all about software and going to an expert on something that You know, it's like I wouldn't try to engineer the lift station because I don't know how to engineer the lift station. But that's why we have people like Mercer and Mercer
Right.
that's what they're.
That's also we bring in the legal department if we need to,
Well,
or maybe we need to.
well, Russell and Terry worked on it for so long too. I mean, are you comfortable with it where it stands?
Yeah, there you go.
With the,
No, not the one that's submitted. I know that this is a priority and we need to put it in place, but I've reviewed this one and I feel that it needs changes. We've waited 5 years to update it. It just got submitted tonight, we haven't workshopped it. I would like to, at this time, I would like to table it, workshop it, and actually assign it. And, we've gotta get it buttoned up, but I don't think tonight's the night, I don't think we're ready.
Russell, I agree with you. And I think we have to remember we're a small city. We don't need to overcomplicate this thing. I think basically, and I go by you, because I know you've spent a lot of time on this.
I don't wanna talk about it.
Huh? You don't wanna admit it.
Yes, sir, I have.
There's a couple of these things recently, I don't wanna admit how much time I spent on it, okay? But here's the thing, we're a small city. We don't need to overcomplicate this. Brad, I have sent you my comment. Did you get it on your email?
Yes, sir, and to address those comments, first off, you guys, by no means, do I think that this personnel policy is the best out there. I do want to tell you this, the one that we have right now isn't legally binding. This is why the action should be looked at in this particular case. Okay? We had one in the fall personnel issue. Because the policy and procedure was not written accordingly, then there was a legal issue that we were able to negotiate out of without going to court. According to one of your questions, you were concerned with insurance benefits being held by, for employees. You said that you would like those insurance benefits to be granted employees upon the initiation of their employment.
That's correct.
That policy in there is not from us, that is our insurance carrier who has set that 90-day guideline. So that's basically a contract that if we're gonna
So
change.
you're telling me that it is the requirement of municipal,
The Texas Municipal League has set that 90-day rule in their contract, and so. if
in
you-
order for them to grant insurance to one of their, to a municipal employee?
No,
Or to
that-
be effective?
That's their contract with us.
That's
With us, so you can change that, but you gotta change the contract with TML to change that. So, the.
I see no problem with that.
Well, again, that's two separate entities though.
And I say it for this reason. Our employees are our best asset,
Absolutely.
okay? We're not hiring a lot of employees, just a few people, okay? It says in there, in this policy, when I read it, and we clarified on page 9, we said the effective date is the day they sign up. Okay, if we need to negotiate a change with him, we should do it. We want good people, and we want to treat them fair. And they should get these benefits within a reasonable time from the get-go. That's my position. That's my only really comment on this thing. I thought you guys did a pretty good job.
Well,
I don't wanna overcomplicate.
I did not alter the policy. That policy has been in effect in the city of Jamaica Beach for
I realize
years
that now.
and revised. All I did was change verbiage.
It was kinda turned around because I was told one time when they get their insurance card, they're good to go, but that's not really true. Okay, and so in and out, okay? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Yes, ma'am.
Forgive me. I see several things that are not included in this that are terribly important, I feel. For instance, the HIPAA rules and regulations are not included. I think this is rushed. We've only had 3 days to even read it and get familiar with this newer version without being, without it being highlighted what changes were being made. So I feel this is rushed. I'm not comfortable moving forward with this.
Any other questions?
I want to move forward with it, but I want to, like Russell is proposing to do, I thought, I'm in step.
I'll make a motion that we table the
Thank you.
personnel policy for a later date and a workshop.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Where we at? Number 8. Discussion, consider, and possible action to approve resolution number 2021-12, authorizing the Director of Operations to approve a proposal from Gulf Coast Marine for professional services for the rehabilitation of the sewer treatment plant bulkhead repairs in the amount of $115,382. Do I have a motion to discuss?
I'll make that motion to discuss.
I second.
Okay, yeah, just, we're considering just tabling that also and using that monies to continue what the waters, what is it, number 4, number 5 phases?
It would be phase 3, so you guys just approved phase 2.
Phase 3.
Yeah, phase 3.
This would, cover about half of phase 3. And then we'd still have to go out for grants or find money somewhere else to complete phase 3.
Which we are, we're starting to really crank up the grant requests and stuff, but, do we need to discuss it anymore, or are we just ready to
answer
say
questions if anybody has any
table it?
questions.
I'm ready to vote.
Okay, do we have a, I guess to table it then? Like we have, huh?
To table this, or,
Yeah.
but use the money towards the water.
Yes, and I guess that's what we need to actually specify. So we will, make a motion to table the bulkhead repair and use that money for the phase 3, part of,
Water enhancement.
enhancement, yes.
Can we do it like that? We don't have to have a separate like agenda item for reallocation of funds? How does that?
You can not pass this tonight and bring something back at a later date to allocate different funds. You don't even have to table it, you can just not approve it, let it die.
Okay,
That's
so,
what you wanna do. On this particular one,
If you take no action, then it will die.
it will die. If that's what you want to do.
So-
So.
yeah, yes.
Okay, I make a motion that we table this item, the bulkhead repairs, and that we use the money allocated for this work, wrong?
I'm going to just,
Yeah, just let it
Offer a
die.
vote to
We'll let
approve.
it-
Oh, okay, we just table and.
Yep, and we're done.
And we're done.
Yes. Do,
Don't table it.
I have a second? Oh,
No action. Do I have a motion? No action. No,
Okay.
don't table it, because then I have to bring it back.
thank you. I do remember that now, yes. Do I have a motion?
I make a motion that we table. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm lost.
So no motion, so it fails. It fails. Thank you. Thank you for clarity. We're now gonna go into executive session. It is anticipated that all or a portion of the discussion of the following items, if any, will be conducted in closed executive session under authority of the Texas Government Code, section 551.074, personal matters. However, no action will be taken on these items until the city council reconvenes in open session. For the purpose of deliberating to discuss staff and evaluate duties on all personnel matters. So we will go in at 6:34. Go into executive session. Thank you.